All right, welcome back. Welcome back to Greenbox Gaming, plays Delta Green Possible Landscapes. My name is Joe. I'll be the handler for this operation, and I'm joined by my good friends, Dace playing Benji.
That's wrong. I'm the gentleman outlaw. How you doing, little lady? I like you in that there skirt.
I thought my camera was cut off at the chest, but I'm surprised that you were able to pick that up. So, I just like to wear something new and interesting every time from the waist down when we record. I'm joined by Jean, playing Benedict.
Hey. Hi.
What are you wearing from the waist down, John?
That's none of your damn business.
You're right, it is none of my damn business. And of course, Brad playing Hank.
Hello.
After last episode, a diaper.
Because you never know.
Are you going with the Paw Patrol?
Oh, I'm not even going to get into. Nope. I'm staying away from the. We talked about furries once before and their thing with the diapers. We're not doing it again. It's not happening.
No, that's a kid show.
Paw Patrol diapers.
I know. Oh, okay. Because there are actual children in that household, there are actual Paw Patrol diapers present. Okay. In the interim between our sessions here, our episodes, we got talking about Twin Peaks, and I've never seen it, and I don't know. Something I want to ask you guys, like, what are some of the series that you've always heard really good things about that you just never got around to? Like, mine is Stranger Things. Never got around to it.
And that's something that you would really like too. Like, it's right up your alley.
I have been told that by multiple people. They're like, yeah, you would love it. But I don't know, I just never got around to it. I don't have a good reason. I just watch.
No, you don't.
Watch other. You're right.
Do better.
Do better. I should.
Be better.
It's bad, and I should feel bad.
I like the first season and the newest season were good, but that I didn't particularly like the ones in between.
How many? I thought there were just two. I didn't even know.
No, there's 4, but the first one was so good because it was kind of hit the beginning of that 80s nostalgia wave, and then after Stranger Things, I guess every movie production company was like, 80s will make us money. Let's make 80s stuff.
Right.
True.
So it's kind of
the last season was amazing. I thought the one with Vecna.
Yeah, it was good. I wonder if you could just skip the ones in between. You just wouldn't know. No, you probably couldn't.
Well, it's like, what is it? They're like, there's some series, like people have said, like if you watch the Star Wars series in a certain order, it actually is a better series. So is it like one of those things, like, oh, you watch season 1, then you watch season 3, then you do 2 and 4?
Well, I was just thinking, I was just wondering if we could have you just cut out season 2 and 3 and go straight to the good one. But I think there are some key character moments that might be missing.
You could definitely skip that little side story where Elle goes to Chicago or wherever the fuck.
That was like one episode though, but it was very, yeah.
It's like, what were they thinking?
No.
We need more money.
We need more money.
That's what they were thinking.
What about Days? Like, do you have any of those? You have any of those that like you just never got back around to?
Yeah. There's one that's been on my radar for a while now, and I just haven't made time for it. It's not called Inheritance.
Succession.
What is that?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Okay, fair. I've
Worth watching.
Heard the name.
Very good. HBO drama about rich people. Ultra rich.
Yeah.
Very good.
I think I'd mentioned House of Usher. Like that should be on your radar. It's also a very ultra rich kind of.
Usher, like the singer.
Yes, like that, but definitely not that. I don't think
House of Usher. In this club.
In the club.
Well, that would make the movie or the show very, very different.
Little John make a cameo.
And Shorty.
I have a movie that I want to see. Speaking of, I guess, classics, I just saw that one of the Coen brothers a couple years ago did a take on Hamlet, where Denzel Washington is playing Hamlet, and I saw some scenes, and it looks like really good. Even though I'm normally not into Shakespeare outside of Henry V, I like that, but
really into Henry V.
I mean, I don't know what it is about that play. I like that play, but
you just like have a tattoo of a scene from Henry V on your chest.
Do you have a full wardrobe for your downtime?
But check out like the witch scenes from, I forgot which Coen brother.
What is the movie? Do you know what the movie's called?
The Tragedy of Hamlet.
Okay, that's what it's called. Okay. I was about to say, if you don't know the name of it, it's going to make it really hard to watch.
I know it's just a modern interpretation of it. But like, I don't know, just look it up. It seems cool. Jean?
I'm up to date. I'm 100% up to date with everything. I've got no regrets, and that's how I live.
Impressive.
I don't get much work done, but I have no regrets on what I watch.
What you don't see.
Fuck, why did I say Hamlet? I meant Macbeth. Macbeth.
Okay.
My bad.
Macbeth, yeah.
What you guys don't see is the 6 other monitors that Jean has that are constantly going.
I'm watching movies right now.
No, swordfish style, just ingesting content.
I'm a content ingesting machine.
It's like that. God, from The Watchmen, the character. Spoilers for The Watchmen, I guess. The guy, who ends up being the antagonist, who's like has the huge bank of television screens, and he's like, I've made myself see the face of every life I've taken. And it's like that for Jean, except he's just consuming media. just a wall of TVs.
Shitty cartoons. It's just Invader Zim on repeat.
God.
Invader Zim? How dare you call Invader Zim shitty?
Oh no, it's not. Definitely not. That's actually one of the high points of my cultural ingest.
I feel like Jean, you're a little older than us, so I don't know how you feel about it, but like I feel like me, Dace, and Brad were like the target demographic when Invader Zim first came out, as far as age group.
Yeah.
I've actually never watched that.
Oh really?
No, it's worth it. Yeah, watch it.
The cartoon?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a live action?
I don't know. I'm just making sure we're
that.
I don't think they could make that work.
That was like peak Hot Topic humor.
Yeah.
Like, edgy, random, LOLs, OMG, so random.
Like everyone laughing about tacos. Oh, tacos are so random.
Yeah.
Was this a Cartoon Network thing or a Nickelodeon thing?
I don't remember
what it was on.
I have no idea. I saw it on DVD.
Rewatch it every night.
In the old days, they were like CDs, but with the different letters.
Dude, I saw like
still don't know the difference.
I mean, I'm sure there's tons of examples, but like I saw some video where like a kid was handed a Game Boy, and they are just trying to play it by pressing the screen. Like they weren't pressing the buttons. They didn't understand how to work the Game Boy.
Dude,
that kills a little bit of inside.
I was
of me.
listening to this guy. He was it was like a random clip I saw of this guy who's like he's like worked for Blizzard and a bunch of companies, and now he has like an independent company. And they're at some like big, I don't think it was like E3, but they're at like some big expo, and they had a demo of their game. And they had 2 stations to play the game, one with a controller and one with a keyboard and mouse. And he's like, they had like probably of like the kids who were like 10 and younger, who would come up, they would try to touch the screen. They would push the controller or the keyboard and mouse to the side,
get out the way,
and then attempt to manipulate the screen, the monitor that the game was on. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, it's just what they know, right? But it's like,
and
God.
if you,
dude,
go ahead.
Minor tangent here. It was my nephew's birthday last weekend, and I spent a good amount of time just watching him watch YouTube. It is fucking terrifying what he is consuming.
Really?
Yeah.
He really likes this channel, Mr. Beast,
Oh yeah, he's like
And it's just
one
like
of the biggest.
most vapid, mindless content. Like he was looking up how to make $10 million, and
Okay. How old is he?
6.
Wow.
And one of the examples was paleontologist or archaeologist. I was like, I fucking know an archaeologist, and he got out of that because he was just making like 30,000 a year.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean, that's a tangent on a tangent. Just the shit kids are watching on YouTube makes me feel really, really bad about the future of the world.
I guess
All right.
I'm pretty proud
Off the
of
soapbox.
my nephew's just obsessed with number blocks, which is a kind of a
because
cool show where
I was about to make a. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. That's mean. Go ahead.
where
Sorry.
it's like a cool educational kids show, kind of cool, where like each block has a different personality, and when you add them together, it makes that number's personality. So they're like associating like math problems with like, and anyway, he's like obsessed with that stuff, and you're like
God,
That's great.
we get a
uninherently
generation
learning.
of kids angry at 15 for some like bad reason.
15's such a fucking asshole.
Fucking hater!
But they're also learning how to square because all the blocks are squares, and you can it's and multiply
kinda
and
cool.
shit
That's
like that.
wild.
All right.
I was gonna say something after that, before that. Oh, and then also just another generational thing. I think y'all have seen this. Like, if you ask younger kids to pretend like they're on the phone, they'll do this
Right.
instead of this.
Instead of this, wow.
Yeah.
Dude, one of my
Really?
Yeah.
one of my my like thesis research advisor
For podcast
has-
listeners, that was like hand flat
Oh
versus
yes, like a
hand
flat
in a
holding
telephone.
a smartphone. Yeah.
Yeah.
My advisor, she was joking about something, and she said something about a rotary phone, and she has like a rotary phone like in her office, like up on a shelf, like as decoration. And there's like in our research group, like there's 6 of us, and me and one of the other guys who's also in his 30s. We're like, we know how to, like, we got talking about that, and the other ones were like, no, how do you use it? Like the idea of like not knowing how to use a rotary phone. But when you think about it, it was antiquated in our lifetimes already, and we just happened to learn how to use a rotary phone. We never needed to use a rotary phone.
My grandma had one.
Yeah, that's the only
Functioning rotary phone.
Yeah,
that's the only place I saw it too, was at my grandparents'.
right. Yeah, but it's like it's like fallen, just like 10 years after us, it's completely fallen off of the experience of people. I don't know, it's like it's one of those things. Like, I think it's really easy to be like, oh, these new things are bad, and it's like they're not bad. They're just different and foreign, and that makes them seem bad because they're new and different.
Fuck Mr. Beast.
You're right.
Mr. Beast is
Fuck.
bad.
Wait,
You heard it here first, guys.
what does
That's
he
how
do?
we're gonna get
I know of him. So kids like him, and he just
He makes
does what?
chocolate bars now.
Okay.
No,
I
he
shit
makes
you not.
content with a capital C. And it's
Just like whatever content he can.
Everything.
Well, that's the thing. It's
He's
like
got so much money.
like I've seen videos of him talking about learning to make content, and like the way him and his team, because he has like a whole company who produces content. They approach it in very much of that. How much dopamine do we get per minute, and how does that
Jesus.
lead into that? How does that go into the algorithm and advertising income and stuff like that? Like, it is like, it's very dystopian in my opinion.
Yeah.
If we
he's exploiting kids.
Yeah.
Like, it makes me furious if I think about it too much, so I won't.
That's
I'm
hate.
just
I
laying
hate
down the law here. If we refer to what we're doing as content, I'm like pretty much out. Okay.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
Like, one of the other things, like, I hate when musicians can talk about themselves as a brand. Like, what the
Making
fuck?
a product.
Well, no, that's a big thing in the music industry. It's like your brand, like Taylor Swift's brand, like you're making a cereal or something, like you're making Kellogg's or something.
Yeah.
No, like fair enough. We've still got thongs on order for some of our early listeners.
Right, with our faces on them.
With our faces on the front.
I don't know. Like, I hope that no matter what happens, even if we got all the followers in the world, even if our podcast blew up, like, I just want to play games with you guys,
Mhm.
and people want to come along for the ride, they want to hop in the Jambulance and come for a ride with us, like yeah, let's fucking go.
Old school.
But yeah, you know.
I just want to make thongs and sell
And,
them.
And I just want to make enough money to take Mr. Beast down.
You've got like a
Good start.
10-year
good luck.
head start. Yeah.
All right.
I
Speaking
knew
of unattainable goals, let's talk about what it's going to take to get out of the night world. So, last time we're switching gears. We spent 10 minutes talking about nothing.
Good.
Last time, you guys followed King Bael into this strange theater after being imprisoned in the Dorchester. After having lost track of and kind of given up on Abigail in 1995, after being tricked into thinking you're working for Delta Green when you weren't. After everything that happened, after burning down Citri's apartment, after shipping
Allegedly.
off... allegedly. After shipping Michelle and David and one other person, I think, off to Delta Green and having them killed in 95. You know, like, after everything that's happened. And now you guys have sat through the most bizarre performance you've ever seen. What is going on? What is this Patsu that's everywhere? How is it important? You guys just watched King Bael, Tim Bael, drink from this liquid? Question mark? Because liquid doesn't typically act, it doesn't float around in its container in this way. And watched him disappear. And now you're being approached by this clown. Again, a clown that some of you have a more creepy long history with than others. And it is not stomping towards you. It's not innately aggressive when you really think about it. But every bone in your body, every part of your fight and flight instinct in your brain is lit up and is saying just one thing. Run, run, run. As something about this is just creating an innate horror in you down to your very core as this thing approaches you. And as it's approaching you, you can already see, like, wait a second, wasn't this thing like 4 feet tall? Now it's like 6 feet tall. As it seems to be growing ever more large. So, we're going to go ahead and kick things off here. Let's go ahead and switch the old music. How about that?
Let's do it.
Let's get this going.
We don't have any... Oh, I was about to say we don't have any weapons, but that's stupid. There's no point
You have
in fighting
clubs.
this thing.
You have clubs.
No.
What do you mean? All
Yeah,
right.
we got clubs.
So we are going to move right into this as it is time to attempt to run. Actually, let me turn the music on the stream down just a tad for us. Or at least for me. Okay. So, you guys are standing here. Benji, you have the Patsu in your hand. And you all now have an opportunity to run. As this thing is beginning to move its way towards you, one of the first things that you see is that there is a door off of stage left in the opposite direction. And you hear the sound of it click open and slowly begin to ease its way invitingly. Escape, perhaps. Maybe there's even a little sign on that says exit. What do you do? Or I guess we should go in order. So it would be, what would it be? Hank, Benji, Benedict, I believe, is the order of your dexterity, if I'm not mistaken.
And creepy clown.
Don't you worry about creepy clown. I'm gonna
I
manage
feel
this.
so comforted. Okay.
Don't you worry. So, Hank.
Hank says, "Y'all try to find a way out. I'm gonna bash this thing." And he runs up to it and tries to hit it with a club.
Holy shit,
Oh
really?
my god.
All right. Go ahead and make me that roll. Maybe that's that melee roll.
Alright. Hold on. Why the... See, this doesn't make... Oh, okay, never mind.
Are you having trouble?
All right. No, I was just like, success 20 under 30.
All right, go and roll 1d6 for damage for your club. We said your club is going to have the stats of a typical kind of weapon.
3.
3 damage. All right. Hank, you reach out and you smash the clown. You get a really good connection. And again, this thing was just a moment ago quite small. It is now a little bit taller than you are as you swing upwards and connect with its face. As you do, the area of the club that makes a connection seems to almost evaporate into a reddish mist as
What the fuck?
there is and no momentum transfers to the clown as it just
Get back, Hank. It's got plot armor.
it does not change its rhythmic dancing motion as
That's creepy.
and again, like Hank, Hank being a doer, a fighter, you feel this instinctual drive within you of
So it does nothing to
shit.
it,
I didn't
basically.
say
You said it
I'm picturing
evaporates
the
like
clown.
into a mist as I hit it? Like that section
Yes.
of
That's
the...
just an
okay.
observation.
that. Yeah, the club seems to be about half as long as it was now. It's probably not really useful anymore.
Really?
I'm picturing the clown dancing to the fight music, like the Goths and Letterkenny.
For those of the audio audience, we just tried to we made it just as
broke it
cringy as
down.
it is in the in the actual thing. All right, Benji.
Oh, shit, me.
Yes.
I'm gonna drink the Patsu.
All right, you are going to attempt to drink the Patsu.
What does it smell like?
Actually,
Taste like?
Actually, real quick. So Hank made the decision to fight. You guys can make the decision. If you're going to try to drink the Patsu, you're going to have to not move. Basically, like taking the top off the container and drinking it's going to take the time you would have moved in.
Okay.
Is that your choice?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell out,
Boys, I'm drinking it. We gotta get out of here. That thing's invincible. God dang it.
Okay. See, the problem with this is that, again, it's a liquid. It appears to be liquid, but it seems to rise and fall within the container, kind of like a weird lava lamp. And in this moment, like, you don't even know if you're going to be able to catch any in your fucking mouth. So go ahead and make me a luck roll. Let's see how, if you're able to get yourself a gulp.
Oh,
I
jeez.
don't like this one
is
box,
a
but I'm gonna do it.
bad situation.
I want to argue that I have to take a luck roll to take a drink, but here we go.
Shit's weird, man. Tell me what you get.
19.
All right. Benji manages to get a glob of this in his mouth, and as you swallow it, it tastes like liquid ashes. Like it is, the sensations of it are like indescribable and terrible.
Smoky.
Go ahead and make me that sanity check.
It tastes like mezcal.
Sanity. Oh, failure.
Failure. All right. Benji, there is something within you. You feel that you are losing grip on this world. You can feel yourself being pulled back. Suddenly, like maybe Benedict's kind of out of focus for a moment. You feel like you're not long for this strange world. So, Benedict, what do you do?
Is Benji still holding this thing?
Benji,
Like, is he
you're-
still present?
You're dying. You might die soon.
You're dead. You're
Benedict.
Dying.
You're-
Benedict, what do you do? So, yeah. So he still has it. You can take it from him. I would say, actually, Benji, go ahead and give me either an athletics or a dodge roll. You can choose
Okay.
whichever's better for you. As you are going to be trying to make some movement while this is happening.
Which am I better at? 30 in dodge, 35 in athletics.
Tell me what you get.
Shit, failure. 84 over 35.
All right, you don't really make any real progress there. Benedict, you're going to try to take this from Benji?
Well, just to be clear, so Benji's still there after drinking those?
But Benji, too, like, as you're looking at him, like, it almost becomes hard to look at Benji. Not difficult, but you find yourself, it's hard to focus on him, in a way. But he does have this canister in his hand. You will need to take it from him. Not force it from him, but you know what I mean. You can make a dex check if you want to try to move and... Because he's kind of moving at the same time. You can make a dex check, see if you can grapple this thing with him. Unless you just want to move.
I mean, if he was reached out for it, Benji wouldn't, like... He would just give it to him freely.
No, I'm not saying, but you guys are both moving while it's happening. It's not an easy process. Just because you're both moving, you're being chased, basically.
Right. Oh god, okay, this is a point of conflict, because he just wants to run because he's terrified, but the group is here and he can't ignore that. So I think, I don't know, Constitution, can he like stabilize and try and stabilize the situation somehow? Or himself, like the urge to flee, can he like stabilize that?
No.
Okay. So it's just do or die.
No, in that it is visceral. Like this is, like, you feel like a prey animal looking at a predator. Like, it is innate and it is carnal.
Alright, then you'll try and take it from Benji. And
Alright,
shout
go
out to
ahead.
Hank! We're drinking the stuff! Get back here!
I don't wanna.
Do it! It's not the time!
Make me that dex roll.
Dex roll. Failure, 69, over 60.
The container gets fumbled between you two. And it's basically gonna end up on the ground. Like, you are not gonna be able to drink it next turn. You're gonna have to spend that time getting your hands back on it. But let's get to the clowns, obviously. It's the clown's turn. What was that, Dace? Do you have a...
I just cursed. I said shit because it's a wild situation.
It is a wild situation. All right, let's hit this. Let's see what happens here. Hank, make me a dodge roll.
That is okay. See ya. Failure.
We're not doing so hot.
All right, this clown dances around you, Hank, like literally like making like a circle around you, and I'm gonna roll a. It's doing the. All right.
Stuart!
I'm gonna roll a dice, and we're gonna see what happens here. Let's see. As the clown tries to make physical contact with you. Roll a 90. It's a 9-0. That translates to 9 damage.
Holy shit.
Ouch.
Hank,
What's
this
it do?
thing reaches out and makes contact with you, doing 9 damage as you feel inexplicably parts of your, God, I don't know, your essence, your being, your matter, your soul rent away from you. You guys, what does that put Hank at health-wise?
6.
6. You guys see as this thing brushes up against Hank, all over your body, bubbling up from your pores, like boiled out of you, is this red-brown liquid that instantly evaporates into this mist around you.
Damn.
Hank, lick yourself.
You get the feeling that being within touching distance of this thing is a terrible idea. Not to mention, this motherfucker is now easily 9 feet tall. As this thing dances around, you guys begin your next round. What are you going to do? Are you going to run? So you guys have begun some movement, and Hank is going to need to catch up. So everyone actually go ahead and make me either a dexterity or an athletics check. I'm sorry, a dodge or an athletics check. Let's see how we do. Everyone make that for me.
Okay.
Including Hank.
A dodge? Or
Yeah, either
athletics?
a dodge or athletics. Whatever's better for you.
Shit, another failure from Benji.
Failure from Benedict.
Everyone's
Sorry.
better for
Yeah. Okay. Athletics. Failure.
All right, failures all around. You guys, as this thing is continuing to move towards you, the wall where this exit door is cracks from the top of the door jamb up into the ceiling and begins to fall away.
The wall that
and-
the door's on? Basically?
Yes, the door itself falls out of its door jamb, and beyond you see what looks like a backstage area full of ropes and pulleys, curtains, equipment, maybe props even, as you guys begin to run through this door as it crumbles behind you. And even one of you takes a gander back, and you see the clown, now too large to fit comfortably through the door, through the door frame itself, bend its head down and contort as it dances through the door past you, or after you.
So, I'm confused about where we are. Are we through the door now?
You guys have been moving this entire time.
Okay.
Okay.
But we're through the door.
Yes, you're through the door into this other backstage area.
Is Hank
And we
through the door now?
Yes, Hank is catching up with you guys. There's a mechanical way this is happening, but in the theater of the mind, Hank was touched, injured, and is now running towards you guys.
The bottle is still on the floor, and Benedict needs to pick the bottle up.
We'll say that Benedict
kicked it.
has scooped it up or kicked it, but he will be unable to drink it this next turn. But you still have it.
Okay.
So, you guys all fail these rolls as you guys are going through, off to through these chains and ropes that seem to be hooked to the scaffolding and the objects above. You see a man in a red robe, and he's holding a familiar box in front of him, a box that you once filled with evidence items from Abigail Wright's apartment.
He's in the
see him-
scaffolding? Is that what you said? Above us?
He's adjacent to you as you guys are running. He maybe is kind of parallel to you, but a good distance away. He opens up a hatch, and you see him peer through just as he holds the box out over the hatch and drops it. Then quickly closing the hatch underneath him. And just as in Benedict, maybe you look over as you're seeing this, and you see him just look his hooded head up as you see the face of Dr. Elias Barbas underneath the robe. The creature, the
Jeez.
clown, is going to make another one of its rolls as it dances. It's making an art roll. It's making a dancing roll
Wow.
as it plods towards you.
I could counter this. Can I counter this with my art roll? It's very high.
Well, it fails. It fails to get close enough to you guys as it continues to dance toward you. Yes, because you guys all rolled. Actually, no. No, technically it does better than you guys as far as its failure conditions, because you all fail, but it had a lower fail. It's getting closer to you, and you fear that this thing might, and it's continuing to grow as it goes. You fear that it might very soon get close enough to make contact with you. As this happens, Benji, You attempt to take another step forward as you lean into a sprint. You see Barbas in the distance. You see Benedict and Hank alongside you. And as you go to take another step, it's like stepping in a dream. You don't really make contact or anything. You don't move anywhere. And the other two of you, before your very eyes, Benji is gone. And seeming like a photograph-like flash, he's gone.
Damn.
We'll talk about what Benji experiences here in a moment. Unless I am mistaken, let's see. If you see this, something you are supposed to think I make roll a sanity check. Oh yes. No, never mind. He disappears. It disappears, and I cannot find the sanity check at this point. But, so, the other two of you, the two of you who are still here, make either a dodge or an athletics roll, please. Please tell me
Failure
what you did.
again. Fuck.
Holy shit.
Benedict gets a success.
There you go, Benedict.
As you guys are making your way, as you continue to run, Benedict, you're whipping and dodging, as the clowns, like graceful movements. I say graceful. This thing is now 12 feet tall. And it's stomping. Like, it's still gracefully moving, but it's becoming so large that's beginning to reverberate in the ground, and you're able to dodge away as like a hand or a heel whips past you. Both you and Hank, you get this feeling that you are behind the scenes, that you are seeing things that you are not supposed to see. Like, very much like being in the backstage of a grand thing. You guys, as you're moving, you actually pass through a small hallway, and there are double doors open to one side, and you see what looks like a dingy cafeteria with a kind of out-of-place looking hobbled together stage set up on it. And you see a man with wire frame glasses and like an old school striped prison outfit of all things, standing with a piece of paper, and he is enunciating loudly and theatrically, "Take off your mask!" And you see standing behind him is a door, a freestanding prop door that you saw in room 616. And just
Benedict.
as... Go ahead.
I was gonna say
No,
we
please.
need to. I was gonna suggest, if I can, while we're running, can we either head for that door or like where are we heading? Like, can we head for that door possibly?
You can absolutely head for that door. Yeah.
Or the hatch that the Abigail ship was dropped down.
You see, you can. That's gone now, where Barbas was. But yeah, you can definitely take a quick turn, and Benedict, you'd probably be the one in front with your successful roll. You'd probably be the one in front who is making a dash, and maybe, do you want to lead the way to this large prop door?
Hank, I think we gotta drink the shit, but can we do both?
Yeah, that's
You
what I
can
meant.
head that direction, absolutely. So this is a good time. Then, are you also going to attempt to take a drink?
Yeah.
So you guys are... Benedict, maybe a luck roll. See if you can catch this fluid at the top. You got to pour it into your gob.
43 under 100.
Success. You too feel this feeling as if you are losing your grasp or your connection to the world around you. As you guys sprint into this dingy cafeteria, you see the vague shapes of guards around the periphery watching, and you hear 10 minutes, DeCraig, like echo out around you. The man on the stage sees you coming. He adjusts his glasses and he opens the door to the prop door, revealing more of this backstage style of area impossibly behind it, and he bows deeply to you as you run through the door, like as he like gestures like invitingly to go through the door yourself. The clown.
Can I somehow get the vial to Hank afterwards?
Well, this will be so either one, whoever wants to do it, either if you want to hand it off to Hank. Actually, let's make this Hank's action. Hank, make me a dexterity check. See if you can grab this from Benedict as he's running through the door. And Benedict now is becoming difficult to look at.
Yes.
Success.
Success for Hank. Hank, you are you're running. You're able to very relay style, Benedict holds it back for you, and you grab it as you guys barrel through this prop door into another impossible space. Now let's
Landscape?
make that roll. An impossible landscape,
No,
if you will.
space. A space.
He said it. He said it. Okay. Catchphrase. All right. I'm going to roll another roll for the clown. Let's see how the clown does on its dance roll. That is a critical failure for the clown. That is an 88.
Fuck you, clown.
Fuck you.
As we're doing that, Hank's throwing up the bird behind him.
The clown seems to get caught up in the prop door. Its dance is disrupted as it now is. It's about 15 feet tall now. As it is not able to gracefully pirouette through the frame that's behind you. By the way, behind you, floating in black, empty nothing.
Yeah. And now has crippling self-doubt that was it ever a good dancer? It doesn't know.
And it crunches itself down. I mean, it's now twice as tall, more than twice as tall than a door frame, as it crunches down and pulls itself through, but then has a theatrical, acrobat's tumble after you, as it then picks up and begins to dance again. Again, both of you, please give me another athletics or dodge check.
Well. Oh, I failed the dodge too. Okay.
That's a fail for Benedict.
Success
All right.
on athletics for Hank.
You guys are running through, and there is another door that is in front of you, another doorway. And as you guys dart through it, Benedict, you still in the front, and the last thing you see before you two begin to feel like you're trying to run in a dream, as you pull yourself to the doorway, is you see a perfect one-to-one recreation of your apartment. You see, and as you come through, you see that it is not full to bursting, but there are mannequins all around, and they seem to be rearranging your furniture. That one of them is opening a small cage and placing Papua New Guinea on the disturbing bust of Michelle Van Fitz. They seem to be arranging a perfect stage play type production of your apartment. And as you run through, and just as you begin to kind of fade from the backstage area that you find yourself, you wonder, has this always been what your apartment was? Was it always set up? But just then you two fade out. And in that moment, I don't think Hank has ever been in your apartment, but Hank, you look up, expecting to see Benedict, and find yourself in this weird... Is that a bust of Michelle Van Fitz? What the hell is that?
Covered in shit.
Covered in pigeon shit? And you break toward the bathroom door, which you see is open, and also opens into a new area. Let's roll. So, would Hank like to attempt to drink the patsu?
Yeah, I reckon. So.
Okay. Go ahead and make me that luck roll. Let's see what happens.
36.
A success. You too find yourself, and as you're drinking, again, like liquid ashes, and they seem maybe even turn into ash as it goes down your throat, but then maybe strangely disappears. You drop the canister. As you go, it now being completely spent, empty. But you two feel like... go ahead and make me that... Shit, actually. Benedict, sorry. Retcon. Benedict, roll me a sanity check.
Fumble.
Yeah, you're definitely gone. You're 100% disappeared. You disappeared big time. You disappeared crazy good.
Nailed it.
That
Fucking
was a
nailed
100.
it.
Sometimes you want to fail.
That's interesting.
Hank, make me a sanity check.
Success.
A success.
2%.
So Hank, you, unlike the other two, you find yourself resisting the feeling of dissipating, of being pulled apart at the seams.
God.
You resist
This
it.
is bad.
bad.
Is there a window
If
that
he
goes
sticks
out to
around.
like a street? Is there a window in his bathroom?
Yeah, there is. Like, we'll say there's a window, and we'll say that you climbed through it, and as you jump, like, you see like a busy, like, New York street, but as you jump, you land very quickly, and you realize that it's all like the set dressing behind a window, like that you would have like in a play or in a TV show, as you just automatically are on the ground.
I tried to do
This
the.
thing catches up to Hank.
He's fucked.
If my calculations are correct, there's a 40% chance that he could die.
It's not great. Hank, you look back and you see this thing. Let's see, where were we? Oh yes. You see this thing
15
is
feet.
now probably. You think this thing is now. God, what would that even be? This thing is now somewhere between 15 and 20 feet tall, behind you, and it smashes through the recreation of Benedict's apartment. Go ahead and make me another athletics or dodge check as you continue to flee. You feel that something is pulling you away. That's pulling at your very soul.
Success on the athletics, 16. Under
Success.
40.
All right. Let's go ahead and roll the dance roll. 64. You feel like you get some distance between you and the creature as it smashes through the fake window in the backdrop. Hank, you see a man behind a large window, and again, like, you find yourself running through. Some of it feels like you're running through a void of nothing. What are your feet even landing on? But then other times it feels like you're in a dark back room that's like lit by red light, like the backstage of a grand play. And every time you dodge around something that seems real, whether it's a car on a street or a storefront, you see that it's just a thin plywood facade that's painted to look like it's a part of something. You see that there's a large window, and you see a familiar face. Asa Darabandi standing in a lavender plush well-made suit, and as you're running by, and he's in this, like, he's behind one of these facades, you see that standing all around him are dozens of what looks like sopping wet, gray-skinned, empty-eyed children. And they are all just standing around him, but all of their eyes are perfectly locked on you as you run.
This is what happens when you watch too much Mr. Beast.
This is exactly what happens.
They had too much YouTube time. Damn it.
We gotta show
Exactly.
this
Too much
episode
screen
to
time.
your nephew as a cautionary tale.
They all, as you make eye contact with them, they all, eyes totally fixed on you, raise their hands and begin like golf clapping as you run by
God.
the facade of the window. Go ahead and make me a quick sanity check.
Damn.
This is different than
It's
the
a
other sanity
nightmare.
check you're gonna roll. This is a real sanity check.
Failure. 97.
All right, let's go ahead and roll. I'm gonna roll a 1d6. Holy shit, fuck! That's 6. Go ahead and put 6 sanity damage in your special pile. Your special
Fuck
sanity
me,
pile.
that hurts.
Now make a sanity check as you feel again yourself being pulled away from the back rooms.
Failure.
Hank, you again.
That's good, though,
You
right?
try
No,
to
not
hold
this
yourself,
one.
but you feel yourself being pulled away. You can feel yourself losing your connection. Give me one last athletics or dodge roll.
Failure on athletics.
Another
Oh,
fail.
God.
Let me see here. Yes, you see before you, like, you run up, you're running through a door, you burst through it, and you see in front of you is a grand, like, vista. And out far, far away, like seemingly sitting on a hill, like by itself, you see a hotel. And you can make out from where you are that the front has these beautiful golden gargoyles in front of it, that emblazoned on the doors are these giant letter B's, and that the grounds are covered in people. The hotel is lit and beautiful, and a big, big sign over the top reads, Hotel Broadalbin. And as you're running, you very quickly realize that, again, you're not in a grand vista. This is actually a diorama, and that the great gulf of space between you and it is just a trick of the eye, as like a well laid out museum might have. But it's all fake, and that though it appears to be far away, it's actually just quite small. And that is the last thing that Hank feels. The last thing that Hank experiences before he finds himself also fading away out into nothing.
That was intense.
Yeah, good chase.
Hank, just before you, like the wall burst open behind you as the clown, no longer dancing methodically and graciously, reaches both hands out to grab you. And in the cinematic version of this, right then, Hank disappears as the hands close around nothing. Hank, you open your eyes. Maybe your eyes were squinted shut as you're expecting this thing to touch you again and feel the patsu boiled out of your body. But you find that you're sitting. You're sitting with your back to a wall. You feel like you're sitting on the ground as you ease your eyes open. Maybe as you do, Benji is just getting to his feet. Benedict, you're still looking around. Hands on the ground, your back also to a wall. Looking around, trying to steady yourself. You guys are in an empty house. Like an empty house, like a house that would be for sale, for instance, but it has all the furniture. But a modern day, empty home. You're sitting on hardwood floors. Looks like a modest middle-class house, and there is sunlight beaming in through the windows. Everything is a little bit dusty, or maybe there is a few bits of furniture, but they just have sheets over them. Benji, as you stumble to your feet, you steady yourself on the wall, you look around, you see Hank and Benedict there with you. Briefly look over them, but your eyes are drawn to the demonic sigil emblazoned upon the hardwood floor in front of you. The symbol of Malphus that you know
To the demon web.
immediately. Would you please go so far as to treat us to the reading of Malphus? As imagine this,
Yeah,
this goes through Benji's head. The second he sees it, he thinks this to himself immediately. His 90 in occult.
Malphus or Malthus?
Malphas. Phas in the end.
That's confusing.
Yeah.
Malthus. Malthus is described as the great prince of hell, governing 40 legions of demons. Malthus buildeth houses, high towers, and strongholds, and he casteth down the same stones atop the heads of a conjurer's enemies. He can destroy enemies' thoughts and desires, give good familiars, and quickly bring artificers together from all places of the world. He is guised as the crow whenever lacking compulsion to wear the face of men.
You guys are sitting around, and at this point, so you see that, and that's odd enough that this demon sigil is here. You do not see Baal. You do not see Tim anywhere, and no matter how much you look for him, you do not find him. You guys have everything with you that you went to the Dorchester with. You have your weapons, your FBI jackets, and all of that. Now, remember that special pile of sanity? special sandy damage that you guys
There
have.
we go.
We're in an old house, right? With the sigil on the ground.
It's not an old house, just an empty
Okay.
house.
It's just an empty house. Okay.
Everyone go ahead and take that why don't you go ahead and take that nice pile, why don't you add it all up and tell me what you get.
All at once, huh?
All at once. As you find yourself suddenly brought back to reality.
Are we all just like in this old house freaking out, like
Just
rocking
tripping
back and
balls.
forth in
Yes.
the fetal position?
Yes,
Like
you
sweating.
are. What's everyone got?
God. I got 2.
I've got 3, but I feel like I might have missed one.
He's
Yeah, you
got,
got 3.
9.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
oh my god. It's gonna start drooling.
All right. So go ahead and apply your sandy damage. Hank, your new breaking point is whatever your
Whoa,
current breaking
can I
point
deflect?
is minus your sanity. Oh yeah,
no?
you guys can all deflect. Who wants to deflect? Who wants to deflect? Remember, you can only deflect up to a maximum of D4. Who wants to deflect?
Well, maybe
Yeah,
it's not
I think I wanna
tactical to deflect. If I'm even when I deflect, I'm going to go past the breaking point.
Correct.
So I think maybe I'll just take it all so I can save what little bonds I have left to stop going
With
past the next
With you
breaking point.
boys.
My boys
Alright,
and
so-
Cindy.
Right. So I'm looking at yours is going to be your next sandy is going to be like, I think it's going to be 43. I'm going to go ahead and change that on your sheet. Your next breaking point. Or it's going to be 42, I think. Did anyone else cross a sandy breaking point? You're good.
No.
I would, but I'm gonna deflect.
Okay, let's get that deflection roll. Roll me that.
Wow.
Fuck, I don't even remember how this hat works now. It's been a while since we've done it.
It's,
No, it affects willpower.
Yes, it does
it's a
affect.
1d4.
You just roll 1d4 and that's it. I feel like it's.
Well, if anything was going to make Hank go past his breaking point, I guess that would be appropriate thing to
That
have.
would be it.
to
Have that.
make him break.
Yeah, no
Really
kidding.
banking that shit up.
Yeah. So what'd you get on your d4?
I got a 4.
Benji got a 2.
Okay. So subtract 2 willpower, subtract 2 from a bond, and then reduce that sanity loss by 2. So that just gives you 1 sanity loss.
Okay. I'm still above my breaking point.
Okay.
Barely. I'm 1 point above my breaking point.
So Hank, you completely fall apart. Hank, like even after, God, actually, you should probably take more sanity damage now I think about it. Because you took so much damage all at once.
That's the rules.
Yes, there is a reduction. Suffering violence. Ambush. Nope, never mind. Nope, it was only if you reduced to 2 or fewer. You lucky duck. Okay. Yeah, but you, well, that says suffered a permanent injury. I don't know if that's... We're not going to say that you suffered a permanent injury. The night world's kind of weird. Hank, you begin to fall apart. Taking 9 sanity damage, going below a sanity point. And it's also worth noting, Benji, after he kind of sees this symbol, he also goes into a bit of a catatonic fugue.
Okay.
Because you've suffered damage from the unnatural. Does Benedict have any disorders? Or has he avoided
Nope.
that?
He is
He has avoided
super
that
happy,
here.
except for being a damaged veteran.
He's super happy.
He's,
It's super fun.
he's like, oh god, another one of those fucking dreams. Am I right?
Another one.
And you were there? And you were there?
And you were there?
And there was a clown.
And a sea of dead children.
No, I didn't see that one.
Would you please add for me, Brad, to the Hank's sheet over there, would you add over there, maybe underneath in block 12, underneath your motivation and mental disorders? Would you please add paranoia?
Yeah.
That's not going to go down well.
Okay,
Go ahead and add
block
paranoia.
12.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, it is several hours, and Benedict, I don't know what you're trying to do. Like, you're trying to comfort these guys while this is happening, or what?
Yeah, that makes sense. Is there a teapot nearby? Make a spot of tea in this weird house.
Roll me a luck roll. See if they left any in the cabinets.
82.
No luck.
No dice.
You harsh man.
Brutal.
You won't even give him a spot
No
of
Not
tea.
even a spot of tea. Guys, I've got
Well,
water.
at this point-
drink this
I mean-
warm water.
Hank probably wouldn't even take it from you. Like, I guess
Right.
if he actually had a mental breakdown, he's probably like doesn't even know in what capacity he trusts y'all now. Are you the
Right.
mental patients? Are you the
Right.
that he was just
Yeah,
said, or are
100%.
you his colleagues from the life before?
And now I'm offering him something to drink after he just had to drink smoky ash anti-gravity
Right.
liquid.
Anti-grav liquid.
So just role playing a bit. Hank will kind of
so-
like not even take it.
Yeah,
Just throw it away.
as you guys are kind of coming to, I imagine that Hank, you go to the kitchen, the water's still on, you turn the water on, it bubbles up. You find yourself standing in the kitchen. Maybe the other two are sitting on the couches and just really trying to get your shit together. Like, I don't even know how many words have even been said in this time. But as you guys are staying there, I'd imagine that Hank in the kitchen, he begins to hear a song, like a tinkling little jingle that seems to be coming from what seems to be like maybe the garage or something. And being in this state, maybe not even knowing what to do, Hank begins to back his way out of the kitchen. The other two of you see this, and you all have your weapons again. So maybe you jump up. You jump up and you get ready to draw down on something. As you see this, I don't even know how to describe it. You see the strange... It's the size of a child, and it's obviously supposed to be fashioned after being like a little girl with pigtails and wearing a dress. But it is obviously of clockwork construction. And kind of coming out from its chest cavity is this jingling music box sound as it kind of jankily steps out toward all of you.
Oh Jesus! In the
God.
garage.
It comes through the kitchen, like into the living room, and Hank, like you still kind of recovering. I don't even know if Hank knows what to do as you're just hyperventilating. And maybe as you guys are getting ready to like, is this thing about to fight us? It turns around. It just chunk, and with only moving its upper body, torso turns 180 degrees, and out from its back kind of opens this like drawer, which seems to have a piece of paper sticking out of it. It looks like a beautiful calligraphied envelope.
I'll go and grab that.
Okay.
Is Benji out of his catatonic state by this point?
Yes. If you would please reference roll 20, Benedict. Take a peek at what is there. I'll go ahead and switch this over so our folks can see it as well.
Looks like a letterhead from Hotel Broadalbin, New York. And it says, some elegant handwriting, find J.C. Lings at Hotel Broadalbin. Go now, find the hotel, the labyrinth,
Author.
author, his bottle, the city, the lake, its shadow, the bottle. Then, the party, the dance, the girl in blue, the one singing. Nothing is true except out is through. Love and kisses, Abby.
Wow.
And that, my friends, is the end of Chapter 2 of Delta Green's Impossible Landscape.
What a great
Epic.
ending. That was great.
Wow.
We survived.
I am surprised.
Wow. Whoa.
I did
that
not-
was close.
God.
That was a great
Yeah.
end to the chapter 2, you said. A great ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. Action packed.
Yeah. Man.
Um,
You guys made
did
it.
that thing actually do 10 damage in one hit?
It has a lethality rating.
Oof.
If he had rolled below a 15, it would have been automatic death.
Oh my god.
And according to the lethality rules, if it rolls above the lethality rating, you just combine the digits of the roll. It was a 9 and a 0. It could have been
Oh
much
my
worse.
Wow. So lucky.
So lucky.
That's kind of insane that you survived a hit from that thing.
Jeez.
That's just so deadly.
Yeah.
I do
I
think
mean, it
Joe
worked-
tried to
it worked out-
emphasize how much we felt like fleeing. But
Yeah.
Hank had none of it.
Hank's like, nope.
I mean, it was an insanely brave thing to do, like
It's a-
conquering that fear.
It's a very Hank thing
Damn,
to
did
do.
he ever pay for it?
Oh yeah.
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 No, that's Hank. I think that's Hank's character. All right, guys.
Not
thank you
anymore.
Yeah,
That was his
the
character.
damage.
Guys, thank you for a whiz banger.
Mhm.
Of a-
Yeah, back
God
at you.
damn.
That was good. That was a
For
great
sure.
chase scene that just like
Mm-hmm.
sort of culminated in a climax. Everything we've been experiencing and just like solidified the whole play thing. You know, it was good.
Yeah. All right, everyone listening, everyone watching, man, thank you. Thank you for joining us through 2 chapters of this. There's more to come. There's more to come. I'm not going to give an estimate of how far I think we are. It doesn't matter. I was wrong about how long chapter 2 would last. So, I just have no idea. I have no idea what's going to happen. But we really hope you enjoyed it. I really hope you enjoyed it. I know the other guys too. If you want to support us, you know about Patreon, you know about Reddit. It's all connected in the description of wherever you're listening to this down below. I can't wait to do the sanity check for this one. Like, I'm looking forward to talk about this one. But we really appreciate your support. Tell your friends about us, and please rate us on iTunes, Spotify, places like that. Even if you don't have Spotify, download it. Give us a rating anyway. Like, it really just helps us out. But yeah, guys, thank you so much.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks very much.
Yeah. And for those of you watching live, man, thank you for joining us. It was a good one. I hope it was good to watch live. And yeah, but everyone listening, everyone watching, we're so glad that you came with us, and we're really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to the next one. Oh, but bit of an announcement actually before we stop here. We're not gonna, the next episode, it's not gonna be Delta Green Impossible Landscapes, is it? Is it? No. We're gonna be getting back to Reverberations run by Jean. Yeah.
The palate
Christmas-
cleanser.
Good timed well here at the end of the chapter too.
Right.
But
Yeah, really.
yeah, but we've got Christmas coming up. We're doing some traveling and stuff like that, so we're gonna do that so that we can have hopefully have some content all the way through the Christmas season. But also,
He said the C word.
Oh, I'm out. He said content.
so we can have some stuff through this. Through the Christmas. I thought you were talking about Christmas for a second. I was like, what? But yeah, so we are. And also, I want to play Louis some more. Damn it. I miss Louis.
And I'm always down to play Finnegan Hill.
And we're looking forward to whoever Brad brings to the mix next
Yeah,
time.
we sure are.
All right. I'm gonna.
So far, all we know about him.
No, tell us what we know.
You want to say, Brad?
Do you know what I'm
preview?
referencing? Matt Dace.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just send the bit. I was about to send the bit to Jean and Joe to listen to watch before the thing.
Okay.
It's a think you should leave bit.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'm really not going to play that guy.
But yeah, it's going to be a blast.
Aw.
We're looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting to play some more Jean. And yeah. Look out for that. And then we'll shift back into possible landscapes once the holiday season kind of gets done up. So yeah. Yeah. Guys, thank you again. Always a blast. Always a pleasure. Everyone listening, everyone watching, thank you very much. And remember, stay safe. Stay sane. Bye.
Later.